Welcome and thank you for watching. As always, this is World Over Media. Now, we appreciate your viewership and even those who have subscribed to our channel and new viewers, we urge you support us by subscribing to our channel. Now, today we want to look at the issue of Macron and how he feels about Europe. He quotes that Europe is not going to the right direction and Europe is continuing to go down. Is this an opportunity for Africans to get up, or is this an opportunity to engage with Europe in equal measure, or a table that supports or ensures that we have the same engagement? Now, let's see what Macron said and react to it later.
Have you noticed how politicians end their speech? It varies from country to country. In the US, they say, God bless America. In India, they say, Jai Hind, meaning Hail India. In France, they say, Vive la France. And in Saudi Arabia, they praise God and his prophet Muhammad. Different words, but same sentiment. A nod to greatness, a hope that your country and culture lives forever. But Emmanuel Macron has chosen a different route. On Thursday, he delivered a speech in Paris. He outlined his vision for the European Union. But Macron did not praise or hail Europe. Instead, he warned that Europe could die.
Paul Valéry said at the end of the First World War that we knew from now that our civilizations were mortal. We have to be clear about the fact that our Europe today is mortal. It could die. It could die, and that depends solely on our choices.
Europe could die. It's a scary thing for anyone to say, more so for Europe's senior-most leader to say. So why did President Macron say it? What was he referring to? Well, broadly, two things. First was the war in Ukraine. Macron called it the biggest threat to European security. And second, Europe's strategic position. Macron said the EU is losing relevance. It is too dependent on others. In fact, let me quote from that speech. This is what the French president said. The European Union bought its energy and fertilizer from Russia, outsourced its production to China, and deepened and depended on the US for its security. It's hard to argue with that. Europe has done exactly that in the last few decades. But Macron says no more. He wants Europe to be independent, to show the world that the EU is not a US vassal.
We must continue to have partnerships with other countries. Yes, meaning building a Europe that can show that it is never the vassal of the United States of America, and it also knows how to speak to all regions in the world, to emerging countries, to Africa, Latin America.
A couple of questions here. One, why is Macron talking about this now? And what does he propose to do? Macron has always spoken about a close-knit Europe. He once called for a European army, so the sentiment itself is not new. If anything, it's more relevant today. Across the Atlantic, Donald Trump is leading the US presidential race. He is a known NATO skeptic. If he wins, he will not support Ukraine or European security, not the way Biden does. So Europe must prepare for a Trump White House. Plus, the EU itself is going through a churn. European Parliament elections are in June this year. Polls show right-wing parties making gains. They may not get a majority, but this could be the most right-wing EU Parliament in history, which means less support for Ukraine, less engagement in NATO, and a possible reset with Russia. Even Macron is feeling the heat. Polls show that his party is trailing the right-wing in France, in his country. So the president had to do something. And what better than an alarmist call? But does he have any concrete proposals? Macron did mention a few ideas. He's dropped his call for a European army, but now he wants to create a European military academy. He also wants a continent-wide missile shield, sort of like an Iron Dome for Europe. Then he wants closer cooperation with Britain, and finally more investment in the European defense industry. That last one is very important. In the last 5 years, around 55% of European arms imports came from one country, and that is the United States. In 5 years before that, it was only 35%. So Europe's dependence on the US has increased, and Macron wants to reverse that. He says the EU must be able to go to war without America. And how do you do that? by making your own weapons. France and Germany are pushing on with a new deal. Together, they will make battle tanks by 2040. On paper, this is all very good. Every country is aiming to be self-sufficient, so Macron wants the same for Europe. But there's a problem. Europe is not a country, you see. There are 27 members in the European Union. Many of them do not see eye to eye. They cannot agree on subsidies and tech laws. Good luck getting an agreement on missile shields. Plus, Macron is talking about a major realignment. Europe has spent 70 years in America's shadows. Their defense, their foreign policy, their strategy, all of it was influenced by Washington. So abandoning that will take time and investment. Nonetheless, the French president has openly called for it. It's now up to his fellow EU members to respond. Will they agree to this painful reorientation, or will they stick to the status quo? The elections in June could answer that question.
The colonies are trembling, and in fact, the tremor can be seen from what Macron says. They want Europe to start up again. Europe is being felt, or they feel that Europe is going down. And to my surprise, America is a great country, and America has built its powers across the globe, controlling even the armed militaries and ensuring that they supply the arms. For instance, in Europe, they supply up to 55% of the arms to Europe, meaning they have control over different continents across the world. So Macron wants the country, or he wants Europe as a continent to start up again and build a way that they will be independent, whereby they can control themselves and disengage disengage themselves with the Americans. Will this be possible? Will this be possible, bearing the fact that America is one of the superpowers, and even in the Russia-Ukrainian war, we saw America playing a very big role. So let's see your reaction on this, and tell us if Europe will manage to gear up its member states and build a unity again that will ensure that they surpass America or other continents in terms of development and also independence. Let's see your reaction on the comment section, and also do not forget to subscribe and also share this. Thank you, and may God bless you.